Well, what I have here for today's video is something a little different, at least for these style Briggs mower motors. I'm going to replace this carburetor with a brand new one. Now the reason for that is this one, I believe at this point, needs to be completely rebuilt and have all its seals replaced. Now I've already changed out the diaphragms on this one twice. I've cleaned out the tank real well. I've replaced the primer bulb, serviced the air filter, and for some reason this thing, just to save you guys the rigmarole of me showing you and going through all the steps for that, it's surging up and down when it's running. So the RPMs are fluctuating, and it is a carburetor issue. This carburetor is a little worse for wear. It's got some points on it that make me do want to go ahead and replace it. For about the same amount of money that I have into it already, you can get a brand new carburetor for one of these. There's the part number. So let's go ahead and change it out. And amazingly, these new carburetors are still made in the USA. So the first thing we'll do is remove the air filter assembly. And that's easy enough to remove. Also pull the spring out. That's out. So now all we have left to do is remove the gas tank from the mower. And to do that, just get a 1/2 inch socket with a ratchet. And you'll need a 3/8 for the small bolt that's up here. And you just bring it back very carefully. And pull it off like that. So now we can get to removing the carburetor. And there's just these 5 screws. So we'll pull all them out. So there's the old carburetor, and I'll show you guys what's included with the new carburetor. We have the new carburetor itself with a brand new primer bulb in it, new O-ring with retainer, butterfly valve works okay. Now that one gasket, I don't think they included that. Actually they did. So we will be changing that out as well instead of reusing the old one. Comes with a new filter screen. So it's honestly for about the same amount of money. If you shop around on eBay or Amazon, you can find one of these style carburetors for pretty cheap, right around 20-25 bucks. The benefit of using these is they do have aftermarket ones from China that are available, but they're only about $9 or $10 cheaper. And it looks like this one did come with a new spring as well. It was just inside of the filter. So we'll change that out with the new one instead of reusing the old one. But for this, we'll just put our filter screen on, the new spring, put that where it needs to go. And we will get the diaphragm ready to install. So there's that. Now the gasket part is what goes underneath the carburetor. So line that up. We also saved the PCV line. Here's the new gasket, and just sink all the screws back down. And now the carburetor has been reinstalled. We'll throw the PCV elbow back on. And we're ready to reinstall the tank onto the mower. So it goes back on pretty much the reverse that it came off. And with the linkage reattached, Just slide everything back on, and you'll want to be careful with this bracket that's right here, as well as the linkage. But you'll make sure that the governor linkage goes through right under it, where it's supposed to go. And we'll just slide the carburetor back into place. Reinstall the bolts. As well as your governor spring. Looks good now. So before we start it, make sure that your primer works. And it does. And we'll see if it'll give us a start. Idles perfectly now. So I'll meet you guys on the other side of this clip with everything all back together and an update of sorts of what I had to do to this thing. And so here's the final part of the video. This thing actually I put a brand new blade control cable on it, sharpened the blade up, serviced the air filter. And you guys saw the brand new carb that I just put on. Spark plug's good. And I gave this thing pretty much a good, nice cleaning. When I first got this lawnmower, I was not given the bag with it. This was another lawnmower that I picked up out of the trash. But now I'll go ahead and get you guys a start of it.